As of the recording of this video, we are exactly 3 months away from the release of Final Fantasy XVI, and the marketing for the game is in full drive. Saturday the 25th, we're supposed to get a brand new panel on Final Fantasy XVI at PAX East. This panel will have Yoshi P and Koji Fox giving a ton of new information on the game. It's always an exciting time right before the release of a brand new mainline Final Fantasy title, and Square has been keeping the excitement going by releasing these little short clips to give us a taste of what we can expect. These clips are really exciting to look at, but unfortunately today's clip has caused a little bit of, in my opinion, dumb controversy. So you're gonna want to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 92,000. Go ahead and take us over the top as we discuss some of the more frivolous controversies with this game, as well as enjoy some brand new footage. Today we got a brand new clip of Clive, Sidolphus, and Torgal in this beautiful forest area. Unfortunately, this video was posted to the Japanese Twitter account. Twitter absolutely obliterates video quality, so unfortunately it does look sort of compressed, but even despite that compression, you can tell just how gorgeous this game is. The lighting, the vegetation, it's all so stunning. There are still comments every now and then about how the game, quote, looks like a PS3 title, which by the way, when you say that, it makes me think you haven't seen a PS3 title. But to me, the game looks gorgeous and something that's absolutely worthy of being called current gen. Also, the music in this clip is absolutely beautiful. Soken is doing it again. Final Fantasy XVI seems to not feature a minimap, and the point of this footage is to show you that whenever you're lost and don't know where to go next, Torgal will sniff out the environment for you and point you in the right direction. As you can see Clive following Torgal here. The problem that most people have with this footage is that of course there is a corridor. Now whenever you think of the average Twitter user, you think of someone who is an absolute genius. Someone whose opinion really matters and always has the most excellent takes. Well, they're absolutely livid that you're going to have to squeeze through any corridors in this game. The power of the PS5 and the SSD should make this no longer the case, especially not for an exclusively current-gen game, allegedly. First of all, it's worth noting that these corridor spaces are not only used to mask load times, they're also used for things such as segmenting levels to prevent the player from backtracking and etc. Kurt Marganow, a game director at Naughty Dog, has talked about this before, with him saying, quote, "We use squeeze-throughs to valve the player in to prevent them from going backwards, and boosts are for preventing you from leaving the combat space before everyone is dead, but he can't boost if they're busy shooting. Of course, anytime you're preventing the player from moving forward or back, you are helping with loading. Any valve means you can dump the level behind and start loading the level ahead, but only after the squeeze is finished. The most common valve in a Naughty Dog game is a ledge you drop down that is too high to climb back up. We even did it in the Keep. From peeking through the ledge, you can see that the level already appears to be loaded on the other side, with no visible LODs popping in. On top of which, this is the fastest shimmer I've ever seen in any AAA game. If you've seen the ones in God of War or Final Fantasy VII Remake, which have an absolute ton of them, they don't move nearly this fast. But also I gotta say, this just doesn't really bother me that much. And I also really don't get how it bothers so many other people. If you want to talk about things that do bother me in a game, it's things like low frame rates. Sure, you can go on about AAA Sony games and shimmering down corridors, whatever. I just don't think it affects the quality of the game in any discernible way. And whether this is a necessary design choice or a necessary tech choice, it just is so irrelevant. It's not going to be something I think about whenever I think back on the game. Again, Final Fantasy VII Remake had a ton of these. They were a lot slower, and whenever I think about FF7R, I really don't think about the corridors. Aside from that, Square Enix is going to keep releasing these little clips, it seems, every other day. Yesterday, they released footage showing how you can combo a Torgal. Torgal functions very similar to Atreus in God of War. By tapping on the D-pad, you're able to make Torgal do different commands, and you'll be blending Torgal's attacks into your own. It has also been confirmed that yes, you can in fact pet the dog, a feature that any game that has dogs should have in it. And honestly, it's just good to have footage of areas that aren't so dark. I'm sure that in terms of keeping things spoiler free, that castle section was a good place to show off, but unfortunately, it's just so dark that you can't really showcase the game's graphics. These clips, however, I feel like show a bigger, beautiful, more colorful, vibrant world, and we'll probably find some even more pointless stuff to argue about in the future. Shout out to Vincent Highwind and the rest of the Ultima community.